Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here at Chainlink, seeing what's going on. It's actually looking like a pretty decent chart. It did do pretty darn close to what we were expecting, swept that liquidity there, and is pulling back now to potentially sweep this lower levels. We'll take a look at the liquidity and kind of see what's going on, help understand where we're at with this coin, because it has been a couple of days. Again, apologize for the lack of trading signals and videos over the weekend, even though we took massive profits. I'm still was unable to send anything out because next few weekends I'll be very, very busy. So just a friendly advice, heads up, not avoiding you. I just want to make that clear. All right, quick little heads up though. We did take some gala profit in 8 days, 41%, 30% in 2 days, and 26% in 3 days there for Uni and KNC. And then of course Terra Classic, we got 108% all profits targets achieved. And same thing with our other gala trade. We had 2 gala trades open at 190%. So again, massive profits this weekend. Also some nice short scalps there from Matic, Solana, ETH, AVAX, and again here from XRP. So cool stuff, folks. Good job. Congrats on that. Thank you again for your patience. We'll get some signals out later today. I got a few on the horizon that I wanted to double check and look at closer to market close. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at Chainlink, see kind of what's going on here for the daily time frame, and work our way down because there are some bullish patterns here. And actually, quickly, before we get to that, let's jump into the liquidation data here and just note that a lot of longs got hammered. Okay, so we can see here, the last 7 days of trading, this is the last 7 days of trading here. So hypothetically, last 2.5 to 3 days, we could see mainly today, $14 and $13.90 roughly. All got smashed pretty hard there with liquidity sweep there from Chainlink. Now that's not great, but it does kind of let us know that there may not be much more downside at this point, and the price could recover to sweep this upper level. And there's not a lot of liquidity left in truth, but that heavy concentration of liquidation, when you see that, you need to be mindful and essentially you close your position before it gets wrecked. A lot of this has to do, though, mainly keep in mind there's nothing wrong with having a liquidation level at that point, because in truth, this coin has done very well for itself, and it kind of raked down pretty hard when Bitcoin sold off. Okay, so a lot of coins are feeling the pressure, they're feeling the heat today. It's pretty much a sea of red. Okay, so do not worry too much. Don't second guess it if you got liquidated. I would double think again about how much leverage you're using. If you got liquidated, you probably had too much leverage. Unless you got a really terrible entry, you should still be open with your position, like we have along with Chainlink as well. We're in good shape. We took profits, and we're letting their ass ride, right? Again, different strokes for different folks, but here's the thing. We lost the 20-day simple moving average, or tentatively are losing it, right? So unless we can close above 1450, but maybe just say 1470 today, then we're not going to be able to cross that level, okay? And you can kind of see here that we're not overextended, but there is somewhat of resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, we couldn't pass that 1475, okay? And we had a doji candle yesterday. Big surprise, price is coming down. Okay, now again, a lot of it's based on Bitcoin, but the truth is there, if we didn't have a doji candle yesterday, we probably would be able to have sustained a little bit more, because again, that does tend to happen sometimes. Other than that, really not much else to note on the daily. This is all still the same stuff. Majority coins are kind of having this double bottom pattern on the RSI at 50, and we also see the money flow bouncing essentially because there's more volume today than there was over the weekend. All standard stuff for a Monday. We take a look at the 4-hour time frame. We can go ahead and see here. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit for you. Just to quickly note, before we zoom in, if we look at the RSI, we're still low, but we're not as low as we could go. Okay, so just note, we have potential for further downside. We'll check our moving averages and kind of see if we have any support, but being under 50 on the RSI on the 4-hour is generally a bearish sign. Okay, same thing with the RSI 2, I meant to say the money flow index being low. Until it comes down lower, we shouldn't expect the price to bounce. We're also diverging still on the MACD here, and you can kind of see that divergence hasn't slowed any down yet. Okay, so again, bearish signs there. What else is potentially bearish? Well, just to double check, we got this previous liquidity sweep here, and we just swept all the liquidity down here as well. Okay, so truth is there's not a lot of meat left on the bone here. There's a few little areas of liquidity, but they're not massive in the upper 12 to low 13 range. So just to be mindful, that is a possibility. I don't think it's a probability at this point. What we can see though is anytime Chainlink has hit a 9 on TD sequential, it typically reverses itself. So we had a 9 here, it kept going for about 4 candles, but then inevitably recovered. We got a 9 right here, 4 or 5 more candles, recovered. We got a 9 right here, 4 or 5 more candles, came down. another 9, no candles, just continued up from there. Okay, so we're at an 8 right now. Hypothetically, we get to a 9. 9 plus 4, maybe just, I would say this time tomorrow, we could expect another recovery or the price to continue up after maybe 5 or 6 candles and the price recovers. Okay, there's a lot of little factors that go into play here. Okay, this is just speculation based on overextension. It doesn't always work, but TD sequential is fairly consistent. Most coins have a tendency of being overextended and then reversing polarity or just at least consolidating first. Now, we could consolidate. We got a support level here at 0.236, not the best one ever, but 1370 is a support. So hypothetically, we shouldn't have much more downside here based on that factor. We take a look at, let's quickly take a look at the volume profile. We can kind of see that in the last few weeks of trading, the largest amount of volume is at 1450. Coincidentally, that resistance level we have, and that should work continuously as a resistance. We're also below all 3 moving averages, the important ones for trend reversal. And then, of course, we have the 200 working its way up. So the truth here is that even though we're establishing higher lows, sort of, in the larger, like 1 to 2 weeks worth of trading, that really doesn't give me any type of comfort. Okay, but in truth, it's not that bad either, because you got this somewhat of a pennant pattern or a wedge, if you will, that's working itself upwards. If it continues to do that, we keep retesting this higher high, or this parallel highs rather, the price will continue. So that is somewhat of a bullish sign, but also not a reason to just take a trade at this price point. Okay, so I would urge caution and take in positions right now. It does seem like it would be a juicy entry, honestly. I'm halfway considering taking a second trade with Chainlink at this point, but we got some resistances above us. We got to wait and see what those look like before we decide to take a trade. And let's go ahead and double check our confirmational indicator here in the hourly. I'm willing to speculate it's going to be all green lights to leave your short position open, and it is. Look at how much momentum we have here. We're well below the cloud, and the lagging span is not necessarily touching anything, so very free and clear. So this is 3 out of 3 indications to not take a short, to not take a long, and to essentially leave your short position open. I would say don't take a short just yet. If you do take a short closer to this range here, because there's a possibility we could see a slight relief rally and then price back down. I'm expecting roughly the same pattern from Solana, just based on the overall sense of the way that the market's moving here, with Bitcoin potentially coming down. We're probably going to see a little relief rally, a little dead cat there, and the price should continue lower. That's what it's looking like. Again, Bitcoin consistently surprising us at the 37,000 mark. So in truth, be very careful trading. Use low leverage, low position size. Why not? You're going to save yourself in the long run. You're not going to be damaging your portfolio quite as much as most people are. And while you may not be getting rich quick, a little hint, this is not a get rich quick scheme. You need to develop good risk tolerance and start to learn to take your losses, learn to take small losses, and maximize your gain. Okay. Again, those are all things I teach in my academy. Be sure to check that out. Obviously, make sure you reference that. You're currently a community member. That is available through our website once you log in. All right, folks, thanks again for your time. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Oh, sorry, one last thing here. I got a lot of questions about this. This ends on November 30th. It's a $20 bonus for using futures on this exchange. Phenomenal exchange, no KYC, no VPN. Be sure to check them out. Use the link down below so you can qualify. All right, thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.